Okay, Pops, we're back with something a little different than what we usually do.
Yeah.
We had a
Pulling something on me again today?
we had a YA member send us in a link to a YouTube video called "Don't Ask for the Out the Door Price on a Car. You're Wasting Money."
Yeah.
So I thought we would watch the video, and you can let us know if we're wasting money or not when we ask the OTD price.
Okie dokie.
All right, let's hop into
I
it.
love when you pull this stuff on me.
Hey, this is Manny with Not Waiting to Live, and if you're negotiating out the door price, you're making a mistake. This is a strategy that people deploy in an attempt to save time and money, but from my experience as a former Mercedes-Benz car salesman, out the door price buyers take more time to work out a deal, and they end up spending more money than they would have otherwise. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how that works, why the out the door price deals take.
Remember, if you want me to pause, or if you want to pause, it's just here. I'll even
My hands are tied up.
yeah, in your sweatshirt. And he actually timestamped it, so we can kind of jump through. But anyway, all right, I'll keep playing. You just make eye contact with me, okay?
Take longer and the buyers end up spending more money. And then at the end, I'll explain what buyers should be asking if they do want to pay out the door price. Because it's not always a mistake. Paying out the door price is a convenience. So you pay a premium for not having to work with the details. But if you're okay with working with the details, you understand how they work, for probably even less effort, you can end up getting a better price. Now, what is out the door price, just to clarify? That's the bottom line.
And out the door price is working all the details. So I'm not sure what Manny's talking about, but an out the door price, as we've defined it, as we've tried to explain to our community members, is asking for all the details, a breakdown of the selling price, of the discount, of any manufacturer to customer incentives, of any dealer installed accessories, of dock fees, state tax registration and title fees. It's all details. It's nothing but the details. It's everything you would want to know.
Well, that's his point. He's saying that by not negotiating the OTD, you don't have to worry about all the details, but you can still get a better deal.
Really?
Well, let's watch.
Okay.
Essentially, that's the price a buyer would pay all in, including all fees and sales tax. But it doesn't always work that way. You know, I think back to the first job I had back when I was 16. I was selling TVs at Best Buy. And the first time I had encountered an out the door price buyer, guy came in, was wheeling and dealing on a Samsung, and we eventually worked out an out the door price after about an hour. But when we got to the register, I tacked on the sales tax, and he was so confused. He said, I thought we worked out the door price. And from my perception at that time, I was like, well, yeah, that's the price that you pay us to take it out the door. Sales tax is Uncle Sam. That's got nothing to do with us. You got to pay that as well. Now, I know that's from my own ignorance now, but it's something to be aware of, that there aren't always clear lines of communication when you're talking about out the door price. And the biggest factor.
The clear line of communication was his ignorance when he was working at Best
You
Buy.
got to be careful, Dad. You don't want to come across as condescending, because I'm sure Manny's a nice person. So yes, his anecdote from when he was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Okay, but Remember the first Marco video we did? People were like, we love Marco. Whiteboard finance.
In that is sales tax. So let's say you're looking at a car.
You can't afford
And
premium.
if you are looking at a car, I do want you to check out findthebestcarprice.com, because they are the sponsor of this video.
Looks like we're no longer needed. Okay, this is the sponsored piece. Okay, well sorry, Jeff.
Yeah.
There we go.
We love you, Jeff, but
But let's look at an example here to explain why communication gets so complicated on out the door price deals. So if you've watched my other car negotiation videos, you know that there's a number of variables that change when negotiating car price, because sales tax varies not only by state, county, local municipality, but also type of transaction. Well, let's look at an example. Let's say you're in the market, you're looking to buy a car. It's listed on the lot, $31,997. You think, oh, that's all well and good. I want to make an offer, $30,000 out the door. the first question a manager is going to ask, they're going to try to figure out, well, what are we paying for the car? What is this person paying for the car? So they're going to take that out the price offer, and they're going to say, well, where does this person live? Because you're going to pay taxes based on where the vehicle is registered. If you watch my other videos, you should be making offers outside of where you live. So not only regionally, but also out of state if you can. And not all dealers are going to be first educated or interested in the finer points of the sales tax offerings or sales tax owed in those particular states. So if you're a car sales person working with a customer, they're contacting you in Ohio, but they live in New Hampshire, they're not going to collect sales tax for that car. New Hampshire doesn't pay sales tax, but they pay property tax. Should that count as out the door price? Who knows? I digress.
I'm getting confused. Shouldn't you still know what your sales tax is going to be no matter what? And can't most dealerships run deals for other states? Like, don't a lot of dealerships have software for that?
They do, but if you want to subscribe to his theory, well, then at the very least, you should know what the sales tax would be in your state.
Yeah, so you could like do an OTD less sales tax.
So you could go, okay, I want to pay. I know my sales tax is going to be 4.5%, and I know my registration fees are going to be $300. So I want to pay $28,000 for the car plus tax and fees to be no more than $30,000. So the customer can understand what his sales tax liability would be and could tailor his offer
Or her offer, yeah.
his or her offer
Yep.
based on them adding in
Exactly.
those costs.
Yeah. Okay, let's keep going.
Say focus on the example here. So let's say you're trying to buy the new car, you're looking at a rebate. Some states tax the rebate, some states don't. So let's assume for this situation, the state that they're in taxes the rebate. Okay, you got to account for that. You got a document fee, you got to account for that. You got a registration fee, you got to account for that. This person's back calculating it all. And the manager's then saying, okay, well, let's look at our sales tax rate. In this example, they're going to say, okay, well, based on how much money we have left, the sales tax is about $1,900. Let's add all that in. Don't forget the rebate. Don't forget the tax on the rebate. Looks like this guy just offered us $27,500 for the car. Well, that's not going to cut it. I mean, in today's market, the average profit, front-end gross profit on a used car is about $1,900. So that sales manager might say, yeah, well, let's figure we want to make $1,900 on the car. You know, tell them we'll do $32,500.
All right, Pops, I see the look on your face. What's going through your head? You should negotiate OTD. This isn't really resonating with me. Is it resonating with you?
No.
Yeah.
The OTD price is based on the agreed upon selling price, less any factory to dealer incentive, factory to customer incentives,
Yep.
plus tax, plus state title fees. It's not that hard to get a total breakdown of all the fees that are rolled into that total out the door price. And you absolutely want to know what that number is. That's the number you want to be negotiating. That's the only number that matters, is how much the dealer wants you to stroke a check for if you were like paying cash for the car.
Yeah, when one of our members, your Auto Advocate community members, emailed this in to me and I saw the title, I was like, okay, it's probably just like, you know, you see some of our videos, we try and get people to click on it. I respect that. That's fine. It's part of YouTube, right? But yeah, now that we're more than halfway through it, like this misses the mark for me. This overcomplicates and confuses something that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Which is, you should know what you're actually paying for, because also he has rebate, doc fee, registration. There's typically also accessories that are added on. There's typically additional products that can be rolled in, and so you need to see an itemized breakdown of the out the door price. And honestly, even if that just says rebate or discount, you'll see you should ask for what the dealer discount is versus the so I think it's pretty simple. And back at yourautoadvocate.com, we have the OTD calculator you can use for free, so use that as well. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, Manny. I think this one missed the mark for us. And so long as you're watching our videos, you should subscribe to the idea of knowing what you're going to pay for the car.
You always want to know what the bottom line total pricing is, including all fees, and you can get that at the as a bottom line number on a buyer's order. You can get that as the bottom line number on a worksheet when you're working to get to a bottom line number. But by all means, you want to know exactly what that bottom line is going to be, and that's the part you want to be negotiating. Now, I understand that there's certain fees like sales tax and things like that you can't negotiate the percentage of sales tax. But you can negotiate the total of the selling price, including all those fees, as long as you can keep the selling price that you're shooting for within range of what a dealership could find acceptable.
Which is why we have the suggested offer back at the YA app as well. Okay, anyway, all right.
Sorry. Surprises? I don't like no stinking surprises.
EuroAutoAdvocate.com. Check out all the different things that we're doing there. Thanks, Pops.
Yeah, my understanding is you don't need the www. Your browser will fill that in itself.
Game changer.
Browsers are so damn smart.